My guest is a stand-up comedian from Tacoma. He's opened for Bill Bellamy, Tiffany Haddish, Ali Saddiq, and countless other national touring headliners. I'm excited to welcome Ash'ley Rushin.
What's up, Adam? How you doing today,
Thanks
man?
for coming on, dude.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, bro.
It's been a busy week. We worked together quite a bit this week.
Oh, yeah,
right?
we just run into each other at shows now.
Yeah, just bouncing around. Dude.
No, that's how it's supposed to be, though.
You look good on camera, though. Hopefully the camera doesn't... We've had some issues with black guests just being racist with that camera, the autofocus.
No, your camera is MAGA.
That's et cetera, right?
Yeah,
That's
et cetera, ETC.
Okay.
Et cetera.
And they do clothing and...
clothing.
As soon as you said MAGA, I just went to red in my head, by the way.
It's the same colors, though, like the red, but this I'm saying, these guys working hard down in Tacoma.
What is it, though? It's a
clothing line. The brand is a clothing line. They got... Pretty much, you go there, it's rare wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they do live shows.
They have events.
Yeah,
they'll put together events. They're doing their thing, man. They're established down there. They're establishing themselves strong.
Because Travis Thompson, he's done some live shit with them.
Yeah,
so that's how I know of him.
Yeah. Travis is a cool guy. I see him at clubs and stuff.
Dude, he's
dope,
good.
man. I saw the little video, the little freestyle he did. It was dope.
Dude, he's great. He's great. We're working on getting him on here. He's busy. Shout out to Travis once again for all the music. And then if you fucking want to come on, dude, come on. But
man, shout out to Tacoma, man. We got a lot of artists that they don't talk about. My guy, Callie Reed, Jay Bars, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lisa Soprano, other rappers and stuff in Tacoma that are in Mr. Travis, you know what I'm saying? Guys doing it big.
Fucking comedians, right? Too.
Oh, the comedy game is like, nobody's messing with Tacoma.
Yeah, nobody does.
Everybody comes from Seattle to Tacoma to do their shows too.
For sure. Well, Nate's down there, and then I think Luke Severide, he's in Burien.
Yeah, he's in Burien. He's doing his thing there.
I'm trying to think who is in Tacoma proper.
Oh, they have the Tacoma Comedy Club. They got Nate's. They have and then there's shows. Everybody puts together shows at those clubs too, and bars and things like that.
Yeah, Josh Firestein, who was supposed to be on today, you're filling in for Josh.
That's my Josh. See?
Thanks to Josh for not showing up today.
Yeah, appreciate it, Josh. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got me driving.
Before we jump into shit, I just need to say, if you are watching us on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe, notifications bell so you don't miss our content. And then if you can, follow us on Patreon and support us at patreon.com/FNFpod. Sorry, just fucking.
You got to do that. You got to do it.
Dude, we need money. I quit my day job. It's tough out there.
It's COVID changed a lot, man. It's cool because it's weird because I was supposed to do this this summer, later this summer. So like we switched it earlier. So
you're moving to Houston, right?
That's the plan. Probably move up to Houston soon. So.
When do you think that's gonna be?
Man, that's probably let my kids finish school. I'm gonna decide after. So because other things I got to decide.
What month is it? It's April. Man. The winter's gone, dude.
Yeah, the winter's gone, man. It's getting sunny. But the one thing about even when I leave, I will always be here. Like this is, you know what I mean?
Did you grow up here?
I grew up here. Originally from Houston, but I grew up here.
Okay, so you're going back.
I'm going back because it's time. It's time to see me. It's for my kids to be around their other family.
What's the plan though? Are you Houston Improv or like what?
Man, I'm going to work the whole state. It's not just Houston. I'm trying to Houston, Texas when I come. Not just Houston, Texas when I come. You going
to the mothership?
Of course I'm gonna try to get on there, man. Like I'll be stupid if I know. Come on, man. I see guys that killing it from Tacoma, from Seattle, Hans and Adam Lucky out there doing their thing. Hans Kim and Adam. Yeah,
John Carden was
he's down
in
there
Tacoma.
Too. Yeah,
and then I know he was just getting up recently down there, so. He's a fucking homie. If you go down there, definitely hit him up. I mean, Lucky he's the guy down there. It seems like he's working the door and he's running shows and shit.
Yeah. It's funny. I went down to San Antonio and popped in at a show, and somebody's like, "You from Washington? Do you know Adam?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's doing shows." Oh yeah, he runs a show out like roast. I'm like, "Oh, he's doing a roast."
Yeah,
we did that like out here in Washington, like. Tough.
Dude, he never got the respect on his name, at least in Seattle. I mean, he was before me somewhat, but I've just heard that he was like a killer, but wouldn't get booked at all in Seattle.
It's like this. like that. Like you didn't know me. You thought I was just a brand new comic.
Yeah, I didn't know you at all.
And then I've been doing it. I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for a while. It's just like
then you closed out a show and made me look bad in front of you.
Sorry, nah, man. It's just like it's weird. Sometimes some guys get picked to do certain stuff, and some guys don't. I feel like everybody is running their own race. You know what I mean? Some people it's a sprint. Some people have a marathon. Some people got hurdles in it. You know what I mean? Like I had a triathlon. Like I'm doing every event, right? So
no, I definitely have felt that recently. Like I started as a sprint. You know, I was doing like day job and all that shit. Now I'm just like, dude, it wasn't making me any funnier to just like take this and that so seriously. And I don't know. I started fucking around with the Rough Sets podcast guys. They're a bunch of guys that work at TCC, and they're so funny. I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm like sitting here writing jokes at a desk all day. It's like there's just nothing funny about that, you know?
Right? Yeah, right. It's a weird game. You have to find the way you can write, and I just really found the way I can write some years back, and it's really working for me.
What's that though?
I write, like, I've been bubbling in a lot of things. I just say that. Like, I've been bubbling and branching off and doing different stuff and finding every lane I could hit on a certain joke.
Well, how did you start? Like, wasn't it Nate's show that was where you started?
Oh, nah. Actually, it's funny. The first time I ever did comedy was in high school.
Really?
Yeah, in class, in choir class. Because I was in, like, the advanced choir. That was my thing, singing.
You gonna sing for us today?
No. That's retired.
Let's go do karaoke after this.
Hey, I'll go sing a white song and make everybody look confused, like, because I won't use the monitor.
You want to hear something fucking crazy? In 5th grade in my fucking elementary school, they had us sing "Swing Low." Do you know how crazy? We had one person of color in the entire class. It was 29 white kids singing "Swing Low," and then we had an Indian kid. Do you know how great? Like, that's insane.
You want to hear something that's funny?
I still know the word.
When I was a kid, I shouldn't know the words to this song. When I was a kid out here in Washington, I came from Texas, and my dad looked at this assignment. It's like, why are you learning this? They had us learn Dixie. It was like, I wish I was in Dixie, away, away in Dixieland. I'll take my stand away down south in Dixie, away. I'm like, why am I? That's a Confederate song.
Yeah,
I learned that. I still know that shit, and I'm mad. I know. Way down south in Dixie, away, away, away down south. Like,
why was anybody learning that?
Like, it's like
that was in Tacoma.
That was at Wainwright Elementary in Tacoma, Fircrest, Washington. That was crazy, bro.
Dude, let's just jump into this.
We're in class like, I wish I was in Dixie, away, Dixieland. I'm saying, like, my dad was like, what the hell? I'm singing it. Probably my dad's like, what? I was like,
he was military, right?
Yeah, we're military. Like, we're from Houston.
What is that song even about? I've never.
It's a Southern song. Like, I wish I was. That's Dixieland, like Confederate song. That was they hit. That was a classic.
If we had theme music for the episode, we should just play that.
Right. That's the craziest thing, because we had to learn about the Civil War, and they taught us, like, this is a song from why are we learning songs from the Confederacy?
Yeah.
Like, it's subtle racism out here. Like, it's like, I told you about the landmark.
Let's just talk about this fucking landmark.
The landmark on the way to Oregon.
Yeah.
The Confederate flag on the side of the road.
Okay, I gotta look this up while you say it. What's it called?
Jefferson Davis Monument. It is made by the Daughters of the Confederacy. They own the land. I think it's Ridgefield, Washington, where it's at. But on the way to Portland, you can look to your right, and there's a Confederate flag. Every 3 Confederate flags cast, and it's a monument to Jefferson Davis right there on the freeway. On your way from Washington. It's in Washington.
Yeah, Richfield, Washington, Jefferson Davis. And these are just designated.
Yes, designated monuments.
For.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
Yeah, dude.
That's right there in Washington.
How did you come across as seen from I-5?
Yes, I was driving down on I-5.
And you just saw it waving?
And I was like, What the? Is that like a Confederate?
I wouldn't have even thought of it. It's just like it's such a bizarre thing.
But Washington was a territory. They weren't even in the war. Why do they have a Jefferson Davis monument?
It was post-war.
Like I was born in Houston at Jefferson Davis Hospital. All right.
Yeah.
Every black person from South Houston was pretty much born at Jefferson Davis. That makes sense. It's Texas.
Yeah.
Washington has a Jefferson Davis monument on the way to Portland.
So they have all these spots across the country?
All across the country.
Just to like, for Southern pride?
The Daughters of the Confederacy. That's what it's
that's their name? The Daughters?
Daughters of the Confederacy.
That's crazy.
Like, it's just, I'm telling you, if you look, it's funny.
I just had no idea how red Oregon was too. Like,
oh yeah,
in Southern Washington, it's
you leave Portland, it gets changed a little bit.
Yeah, I guess that's why it was so crazy there during all the protests, right?
Oh yeah, because it's a hotbed. Like it's outside Portland. There's a Confederate flag. You know what I'm saying? Like on the way to Vancouver, Washington, there's a Confederate flag. Right.
It makes sense why they're so extreme in Portland. Then, right? Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at the whole history of everything that happened with Antifa and all that, it all started because they were trying to counter the racists that were about to do a rally in Portland. That's the whole reason why.
What is Antifa? I know that's an incredibly stupid question.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
There's a lot of stuff that just
there's so much stuff around. It's actually a way of thinking by like anti-fascist. That's what it means, anti-fascist. But the media and politicians have made it into a group, so they're like Antifa. No, it's not a group.
That's actually a good thing, though, right? Anti-fascism, like
but these guys are right. They're radical. They blow shit up and they do stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
it should be good.
It should be excellent. But what's crazy? It made imaginary bad guy. Like there is Antifa groups that do bad stuff, but they have their own name.
Yeah.
So call those names out. Like, but you make it one big group, Antifa, but
just all under one umbrella.
Yeah, but who's the leader of it? But we don't know. It's this guy and that guy. And that guy say he's a leader. No, because they're leaders of their groups. And like, dude,
it's crazy.
The media is so lazy.
A guy I knew from like Indiana when I went to school at Purdue, he posted some shit like on Instagram or Facebook, and he was just with a group, like he's a big like meathead guy, and it was just like American flag shirts and stuff, and they were all like alt-right guys, and it was sort of this like pride type thing down in Florida, which is it's just crazy to see that type of shit.
It's crazy. Like I understand some guys because I'm from the South originally. You know what I'm saying? I'm always down in Texas. I'm cool with a lot of friends that are. I'm still down there. Some of them are right-wing as hell. You know what I mean? I understand it because that's what you grew up on. But
I think a lot of it is just they really like guns.
Yes.
Like,
yes. They're scared somebody's going to take their gun. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You hit it right on the...
Yeah, dude, they just really like firearms.
Because it all comes back to... Every time you look at the post, it's always like, they're going to take your guns and they're pedophiles. It's always those two things. They're going to take your guns and they're pedophiles. Like, because they know you say pedophile, it's going to make him the scariest person ever. Yeah. Like, he's a bad guy, so he's going to take your guns.
It's guns, pedophilia. Fucking, oh, man. Dude, it's just creepy to see it.
It's so funny when, like, the best thing I've ever done politically was become an independent. You know what I mean? So I can sit back and look at both sides where they're stupid at.
And just laugh at them.
Like, you guys are both silly. And they're both, it's just because nothing gets done.
No.
So it's just like, you guys aren't going to do anything anyway. So
I feel like it's hard to be a comic and be political yourself because it's like your job is supposed to be to make fun of everything, right? Yes. Or like find what's funny about it. And then if you get all serious about, I guess you should care about like, you should care what's funny first, almost, you know?
I got into comedy so I can make fun of politics.
Yeah.
Like, to be real,
you got that Trump joke you're working on.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I like that. I gotta get that on video.
Yeah, dude, that's super fucking funny.
That guy is funny. He writes jokes for us. Like,
it produces itself.
But who's saying like I've been trying to tell people for years. He's been doing the best set for like the last 4 years. He's been on the road.
He's crazy.
He's been selling out. Like, this dude is the best stand-up comic. Because if you listen to it, he has his catchphrase. He's Dice Clay. If you look at him, he's like,
and then he's got the little hands too. Yeah. So it's like you can't, regardless of what he's saying, you're still captivated by. It's almost like a prop. You can't not pay attention.
His little baby hands,
dude. Because Norm used to hold a cigarette when he was performing, and he would like put it up and then like put it away, and he would never actually smoke it, but he'd have something in his hands on stage, and I never understood that. I was always curious about it. There's got to be a reason for it, though, right? The comic like Norm Macdonald, and Trump just has that built in with this baby.
He should just hold some in his hands.
Just distract people, draw attention.
Just hold a drink and don't drink. But the funny part is he holds the drinks like this, so he got
he's got to have both hands.
Both hands.
Well, Tony Woods does shit like that too. Like it's all an illusion, right? Like he's not. I mean,
we seen him with the drink and he didn't take one sip.
No, but it plays into like what he's doing on stage.
Yeah, and that was, he's great.
Tony's incredible, man.
He's great.
Did I tell you the story I heard about him in Australia?
Oh, which one?
Like Ari Matty, he was a comic in the competition. He's super funny. He ended up winning it. He's from Estonia, and I believe it was Australia. It might have been Dubai or Abu Dhabi. He was like at this festival with Tony Woods, and they had an open mic on the beach. Yeah. And Tony Woods came out and he was like, he wanted to go sign up for the mic, and the list was full. And so the guy running the mic turned Tony Woods away, and Tony went to the very front, sat down, and watched the entire mic as an incredible audience, like laughed at everybody, and was like, didn't say anything at all to the producer. And then afterwards, people were like, you didn't put up fucking Tony.
So how stupid are you? Yeah. And that guy's like, oh my God, God, I'm about to die.
But like he, instead of being a dick about it, he watched the entire show.
Yeah, because he probably's headlining the show the next night.
He was.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, he just came in early trying to work.
Yeah. Something. I guess the show was the shows there were kind of miserable because there were fucking airplanes landing overhead. Like they were right next to an airstrip, and all of them were outdoor shows.
So you hear the, hey guys, I'm trying to.
It's the worst, man.
That would hurt. That would hurt.
But still, like that. When I heard that, I was like, I totally believe that was Tony Woods.
Oh, you've done Top Flight. How's that? Like that the planes don't come down, right? Because I've been to that bar.
Top Flight. Or Flight Path?
Flight Path. The
one I never even thought about. Is that why it's called that?
Yeah, because it got
I'm stupid.
No, Top Gun, the one that got the little landing strip next to it.
Oh, yeah.
Top Flight or something like that.
Top Gun is down. God, I'm stupid.
Yeah, I've been to that.
Of course, that's why they call it.
Yeah, because you can buy a burger and a flight. Like you can learn how to fly a plane.
Really?
Man. Buy a burger and a flight like $100.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was about to do that shit. Like
I didn't notice the sound at all at Flight Path. I know I'm doing it again in July.
No, it's Top Gun. The Top Gun one.
Top Gun. Yeah, Top Gun.
Yeah.
Neither one of them.
Mike. Yeah.
But yeah, Mike Hansen's booking it, and he was just on here not too long ago. But fucking, it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's any bar I go into, and there's like a lot of American flags.
Because I've never seen the comedy show there. Because that's my sister's spot. So she hang out there and watch the planes. Like she'll be drinking and planes be landing. I'm like,
really?
I'm like, that's a cool spot. Like if I had a plane, I would land and go to the bar, drink, fly home drunk. You can't get a DUI. Like
I mean, I think you can get. Well, you get drunker at altitude, right?
No, yeah.
Like if you drink on a plane and shit.
Yeah, I would just chill. I would just chill.
Just sleep in the plane.
Like my flight would be longer than it's supposed to be. I'll go around a couple circles. Then when I sober up, then I'll land. Like because it's kind of autopilot shit.
Yeah, man. They're just crazy. I had a buddy in college that he flew, and they're super strict about like alcohol stuff. And he ended up landing with a tailwind, which means he fucking landed on the runway the opposite way, which is like, you would never do that. No, I've never heard of anybody ever doing that before. And he dumped the plane. So there were like 3 guys on the plane, and it went over its nose, and the fucking propeller's just spinning like a motherfucker on the ground. Like, and it ended up coming to a stop. but I think they paid like $40 in the insurance. So they didn't pay for anything on the flight. But the reason why I bring this up is like they checked him for everything when it did. Like when something goes wrong.
Yeah. Of course. They're going, like, they're going, because that's what trips me out. Like, how can you, they have a restaurant right next to it. You get your plane because you got a key to get through the gate. Nobody's stopping you.
I didn't even notice any of that at all. It was pitch dark out when I went.
No, I went there to hang out and was eating food and saw somebody eat.
Food's good.
Yeah, excellent. Great place. And it's a great bar. It's a great fucking bar. And I watched somebody just walk away. I'm like, oh, I hope they're not drunk. And they hop in their plane and took off. Like,
I mean, some of them might be.
Yeah. Hey, they've done it before.
Yeah. They wouldn't be the first pilot fucking.
I've
heard of like guys in the military, like they drank so much that they couldn't fly a helicopter, like couldn't hold the stick straight without drinking while flying.
Yeah. That's
crazy.
It's crazy when you get that far in drinking. Like, I'm not a drinker. Like,
I was at one point. The shakes suck, man.
Yeah, I had my college days.
Yeah,
and that let me know that I don't like drinking.
Oh, for sure. What? Let's talk about your start though. We jumped around a little bit. Talked somewhat about the racism in this state. We'll come back to that. But you had like a backwards development, right? Like you started really quickly.
Oh man, it's crazy. Like I told you, I started doing comedy funny in choir class because we had to do a talent that wasn't singing, and it was my day to do a talent that wasn't singing, and I totally forgot it was my day. So I was like, man, I've been watching Tony Woods on TV all day, so I literally went and did some Tony Woods.
Really?
I hacked the hell out of him. Yeah. Did his whole set and like Jose Bolaños, the comedian, he was in the class and like everybody. Really? Yeah, everybody was laughing and then like
I didn't know you went to school with Jose.
Oh, that's my guy, Jose. I know Jose.
He was supposed to do this. I got to get him on.
I know Jose since I was 16.
Really?
Yeah, high school choir class. Yeah, got a picture of us on the roller coaster. On a ride together, both of us yelling, like.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he the same back then?
He looked the same, and I had hair. Like, I had an afro going back. It was
Did
crazy.
he have the laugh back then?
Yeah, we both had a laugh. My nickname was Chuckles.
Really?
Yeah, he the one who called me Chuckles. He was, yeah, that's my guy right there. But I started doing comedy there, and then didn't do it for a long time. Because I was trying to play football in college and all that, do music, singing. And then I ended up...
Dude, you can't keep telling me you're a singer and not sing for me.
I'm not finna sing. It was like more like, you know what I mean? I went to choir for like opera type stuff. Like,
really?
You know what I mean? Like old school, like musicals type stuff like that. You know what I mean? So,
God damn. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, you'd be very surprised. I try not to be a box, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm a shape that's not invented yet. That's what I'm trying to be different.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I actually got sick, and that's the reason I started doing comedy. I went on a trip to Texas with my family. We were hanging out. I'm back in the neighborhood, hanging out with my uncles and their cousins and stuff, drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the neighborhood, and all of a sudden I just had a weird like tense stuff, like whoa. And I'm just thinking, like, damn, I'm drunk. This is a good drink, bro. This is a good drink.
Do you remember what you were drinking?
Probably Miller. Light.
It's hot out.
We chilling. It's still nighttime and it's like 80 degrees and we outside. Yeah, Houston that weather be good. Like, so we chilling outside, and I'm just having the feelings again. I'm like, oh man, let me go lay down. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me smoke this off. First try to smoke some weed. Let's smoke this off. Like, I got to lay down. Went to sleep. Woke up the next.
I love smoke it off. It's just such a great mindset.
No, that smooths everything out. Like it takes it's a pain. You know what I'm saying? It's a pain reliever.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I went to lay down, go to sleep. Woke up the next morning. All of a sudden, like everything's coming out. It's cool. And then out of nowhere, the same tenseness I had where my whole left side, I'll squeeze my hand like this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it'd be like half a second, like, I'm like, oh.
It's like a giving out.
Yeah, and then it started getting longer and longer, like, I was like, damn, I'm still hangover. Shit. So I'm thinking, like.
Did you try to smoke it off again?
Yeah, of course. Like, I smoke it off, get it off. And then I went out with my family. We're all at a buffet. And everything's fine. Okay, everything's been cool the whole day. All of a sudden, I go and all of a sudden I just lose my balance. Like, okay. And then it tenses up again. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. Something. This is not something. This ain't normal.
Were they giving you shit too? Or like, what was your family saying?
Oh, my mom was like, you need to go doctor. My mom, you need to go doctor. I'm like, Mom, I wait till I go back to Washington and go doctor. So I flew back to Washington, and when I get back, I go, because I'm thinking I got an ear infection. You know what I'm saying? You know how you like analyze yourself, you know what I'm saying, diagnose yourself.
Yeah. WebMD.
Yeah, you come to tell the doctor, yeah, that's what I got. I got an ear infection because my equilibrium off.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense.
It makes sense. So I was like, I got ear infection.
You like convince yourself enough that it's probably just that.
I'm all
my
chipper.
Inner ear is fucked up.
Yeah, I'm walking into the lady. Yeah, I got ear infection. I'm chipper at the ER. Like, just a little ear infection. It's like, okay, we're gonna check your ear and do all that. They bring me in there. And then the nurse come in and check my ear. Like, and he's looking, it's like, there's nothing wrong with your ear.
Yeah, there's absolutely, your ears are fine.
Yeah, your ears are fine. But I'm like, but I'm tensing up. It's like, hey, you mind if I was telling him everything that was going on. He's like, do you mind if I do a CAT scan? I'm like,
on my ear?
Because you need to check inside that ear because something's going on with that ear. Yeah. And like, I'm thinking, like, he's like, okay, all right. He comes back and he looks at me. He's like, Mr. Rushin, have you ever taken any shots to the head? I was like, yeah, man, I played football in college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I took a lot of shots to the head. I've been a lineman my whole life. He's like, well, I think you took too many. I was like, what? He's like, the whole right side of your brain, I found 12 swollen spots. I'm like, what? He said, I want to do an MRI now. I'm like, all right. He said, I think I know what's going on. So he does the MRI and comes back and tells me, okay, it was what I think. I think you have multiple sclerosis.
What is that?
It's an autoimmune. You know what I'm saying? It's just pretty much, I had inflammation in the brain, and it messes with your brain and nervous system, things like that. So it's just, that's what the tension. He was like, also find signs of a stroke.
Shit.
I was like, I was only 22. I'm like, stroke? Like, I was like, he's like, you had a stroke in the past. I'm like, damn, I almost ate that like lunch. Like, it was, like it's a stroke, but it's, and I'm like, okay, so MS, what I gotta do? Is it like MS, what I gotta do?
Sorry, that stroke thing. it was pretty quick there.
It's just like he's sitting there talking about like, I'm like, what I gotta do? He's just telling me everything. I gotta take medicine. They got some things they want to try because they set me up with a good doctor, and he told me the best thing I should do is move. And I'm like, nah, I gotta stay and watch this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get some sun, some vitamin D.
Really?
That's what really helps my MS.
Really?
Some sunlight.
Huh.
And because Washington leads the country in MS cases.
For real?
They want.
It's vitamin D. That's what helped. Like,
it's getting sunlight. And
God damn.
I took and they had me on a lot of prescriptions then. Like, that's before I even started doing comedy, because I was sitting on the hospital bed trying to recoup from that, because that tension kind of took away. Like, I couldn't really move anymore because it started getting worse and worse. And I'm still on the hospital bed, and at that time I'm still doing music. I was singing like R&B, like rapping and stuff too. And I'm trying to write skits. I had this idea to write videos, put them on YouTube. Maybe it might be some money.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was a horrible idea. Yeah. I should have.
It's like the start of this podcast, basically.
Yeah, I could have did that years before people were doing it, right?
For sure.
And I'm sitting there writing skits, and then I don't know why I'm thinking about the music. Probably funny skits. Maybe that might help the music. You know what I'm saying? Get promotion for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm drawing that, and all of a sudden I showed that to one of my friends. They came. He's like, man, you should try that on stage. My boy Mark is like, you should try that on stage. And then I ended up doing an open mic, which was fun because it was fun to a lot of white people. You know, like I could just talk about stuff that, like, doing shows with white people is very, very fun because you guys clap when you're supposed to. You listen.
Yeah.
You guys are, oh man, you appreciate us for coming on stage. You know what I'm saying? And it was fun my first time. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Marley and me. Had very inviting subject matter. But my second show.
Where was the first one?
Giggles.
Oh,
yes, the club. It's funny because I had been told it was not. Somebody told me it was racist. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm gonna run right into that racism, face first, like racism. But it was cool, man. This is weird. You ever hear these names? You're like, wow. Like when I first came in, comics I met there that were working out, brand new comics, trying stuff. They have been doing it like a year, maybe two. Andrew Rivers was there. Corey Michaelis was there. A couple. I saw Jeff Dye walked in. You know what I'm saying? Just
Slater.
Just like all the people. A lot of people that I'm friends with now. Yeah, were in there.
They were all working out.
They were all working out, writing new stuff. Andrew had a book this damn big.
Like, was Tracy Tufts there?
I think might have. Yes,
I heard he was crazy funny.
It was so many. And I'm brand new. This is my first day coming in with my little Marley and me jokes about go over there and just kill it. And I see these dudes with books and books. You know what I mean? And that was crazy the first time, man. That's when I fell in love with it. Like that first time. And then the second time was a totally different level of pressure because it was a Nate Jackson super funny comedy show.
Which was where at?
This is one of his first shows at the 6 Ave Bar and Grill. It was one of his first shows in Washington. Man, that sucker was packed. Yeah. And I knew how the crowd was because I was a part of the crowd for the first 2 months and witnessed the last new comic bomb horribly, where I haven't even seen him in town since that happened. Like, I really haven't seen that dude since.
Dude, how did he get so many people out?
Just hard work, promotion. You know what I mean? His Team Nate is real. You know what I mean? They put it down, and he works hard, man. And he doesn't. One thing that a lot of comics were always afraid of, and he hasn't ever been, was to spend money on good talent. Like a lot of these guys, that's sometimes it comes down to just spending money for better guys. And back in the day, when people will be having shows, they will have a local cat, then he'll be bringing Deion Cole. You'd be like, what the like okay, there's no comparison. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing like Tiffany Haddish. And
this was after he went to LA?
When he went out there, put his stamp down out there. This is grind, man. Everything he did, he worked for it, man. My guy went out there, he worked. He went out there and grinded. Like,
he talked about it a lot on here. Yeah, episode he grinded, 96, man. I think. If you're watching, check it out. I mean, and he's blowing up right now.
Oh yeah, he and it's good. He needs to, like, 'cause he needs to be seen because he's been killing.
Dude, I've learned a lot watching that from both of you guys. Like I fucking every time I go down to that club, and you were talking about the differences between black and white audiences, mm-hmm. like. John Gard had worked Houston quite a bit, and he came up in a black scene. Yeah, and like we talked about, before I went to Nate's club, I was like fucking scared.
That's the closest thing you're gonna get out here.
Yeah. But then I talked to Gard about it. I was like, is there anything I should know ahead of time? He's like, yeah, you should know that they're better audiences. Yeah, in that, like, if you're straight up with them and you don't bullshit them, you're gonna get so much more in return. Yes. And dude, it's Nate's room is fun. Right, like
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is what I've noticed with black room, when white comics, other race comics, don't pander. No, like, don't pander. Don't be like, I should. Hey, like this is a song. Change the song. Yeah, change your way. Like, man, I should have did this and talk about your black friend. Like, don't make your first joke about race. No, like keep that. Don't just do your.
Unless that's who you are.
Unless that's who you are. But
just be real.
Just do your set.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's like there's so many people that aren't being real. Yeah, and then when they go into that room, they get their shit raw.
Oh yeah, we snipped it.
And it really forces you to like see. I think doing that both ways. I mean, you're talking about performing for white audiences. Like, there's benefits to both, and like just being around different types of people. Yes,
because the thing about it is you have to be able to say the same jokes in both places. You should be able to say your same jokes in both places.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to change much. You shouldn't have to black it up. You should just you should be able to say the same stuff.
Because it should be you.
It's you.
Yeah.
It's like I figured that out because when I first started, I pandered. Like
we all did.
I pandered. But then I got to the point where like I found there's certain stuff like white people like that I like. And it's like, and there's a
we have that whole thing on Doug, the TV show. Yeah,
like everybody like it's certain things they like. I like. I
didn't even know black people watch Doug.
I fucking love Doug.
Yeah, Doug was the shit.
That was my show.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. That Skeeter, like Skeeter, I mean, the first black man cartoon character. He was dark skinned.
Yeah.
So that's why they made it purple,
dude. Do you know Thomas Nichols at all?
Yeah.
Like he was one of my favorite people coming up in comedy, just because I learned so much from him about like being yourself on stage and off stage too. Like he's real, you know, like he likes shit. He just put on this thing on Facebook about like people giving him shit about reading comic books as a black person. I'm like, I don't know. That dude is 100%.
I'm gonna tell you like this: they could give him that, but every black person was talking about Black Panther when it came out, and Thomas was the only one that read the comic books.
Exactly.
So, like
he's read all of them.
He was a real Black Panther fan.
Yeah, he was 100% Black Panther. And like, he probably didn't like it. Mm-hmm. My guess would be that his opinion.
Yeah,
he's
because we hopped on. We was like, it was every brother
Wakanda.
Was Wakanda forever.
Yeah,
like brother, you read one comic book? No, I didn't know it was a comic book.
He'd be like, the storyline fucking sucked. Yeah, that's what he would say.
He would say, nah, it's not like number 5 edition.
Hold on. Let's call him quick. I'm curious.
Does he like Black Panther?
His response is going to be amazing. See if he calls me back. But all right. So you were at Nate's show for the second time you went up?
Yeah, because a month before I watched a brand new comic bomb horribly, bro.
Do you remember who it was?
I don't remember the guy's name, but I just know his face because he was a neighborhood guy. He was like just trying to do comedy.
Never saw him again.
Never saw him again. Like for real, I see the dude in the hood all the time. I haven't seen him since.
Yeah.
I never see him come back to the show. I ain't seen him at the mall. I never seen him at the club. Nothing.
Yeah, he just moved out of state.
I ain't seen him. He must have been military. He might have been a soldier. But I haven't seen him since. And it was that bad, bro. It was that bad. Like, and I'm sitting there waiting on I'm like, I'm about to go up. And before I go up, Nate says, I got another new comic this week. And the whole crowd was like, oh. And I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
And I get like a look. And
that's the difference between a white and black room.
Yeah, they'll let you know how they're about to feel about you. Yeah. And I'm looking at this, and I look like this, and this girl was like, oh, he ready. And then the crowd was like, okay, start clapping. They gave me a chance, and like it went great, bro. It went great. And I just messed up at the end. Like I killed. The crowd's going crazy. My boys stand up. They're like, yeah, give me a high five.
Yeah.
Boy Tony, give me a high five. And all of a sudden, I still had the mic in my hand. like I thought I was supposed to take the mic off the stage to Nate instead of putting it back on the stand because Nate had his own mic.
Yeah, you know he had the offstage mic.
Yeah, so I'm like, it just looked funny because I'm hitting my boy's hand like, wow. And Nate's in the background. You can see him in the background.
Just pissed off.
And like, that was funny. That was a funny night. But it was opening for Ron G. My second time on stage, Ron G.
Ron G? Who's that?
Oh, he's very funny cat.
Really?
Very funny cat out of LA.
I'm trying to think.
Very funny. Been on
he's not from the store, is he?
He hosted Chocolate Sundays. He did that. I know he did that. Yeah, Ron G. Oh, funny as hell. He came to the club a couple times. Nate's club a couple times. He's very hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard. I probably have seen him before. Oh, dude, there's so many comedians.
So many comedians that are funny that don't get to do. Like that's why I try to tell people whenever they ask me like who's coming to Nate's club, I'm like, don't look at the name. Like one thing don't look at the name. Like who's going to Tacoma Comic Club? I don't look at the name. Yeah. These people are on the road for a reason. These comics are funny
or famous.
Like to be real, the less famous guys be better than them. You know what I mean? Because they're still grinding to be the famous guy.
Yeah,
famous guy is reading what somebody else and gave him.
Sometimes they're like I just heard about Ben Bailey. Like somebody I know was opening for him or whatever, and just said he is an absolute motherfucker on stage. And he did Cash Cab forever, so he's famous. But he also started at the same time as like Burr, fucking like all those guys in New York. Like there's old roasts, like roast of Barry Katz, where Ben Bailey's there.
He just didn't, and
now he's doing the road still. So like there are exceptions.
There are exceptions that are guys that are like true comics.
Yeah.
Like you see him and you be like, man, that guy is really funny. Like you be like, I didn't even know that guy from that show was really that. Like, there's a lot of people who are there's some guys right now who are like hitting the road that I really feel like should be, man, way further. Like as far as everybody should know these guys.
Who?
Like, oh, Tony Roberts. Oh man, the funniest. This dude, he's the first person. He's the first person to make me tap out.
How so?
Watching the show. Like I tapped out, like literally, really? Like I'm watching and it's like I was laughing so hard that my stomach muscles started hurting. Yeah. I had to leave the room. I was like, stop, because it was hurting. I was like, am I about to have a heart attack? Like this hurting. Like it was like stop. It's like because he's not bow, joke, bow. And he's like, he doesn't give you a chance to even breathe. Yeah. With how funny he is.
Is it the writing or is it like physicality or what?
He's all that together. Yeah. Like he just hits you, but he hits you like he like a fighter. He comes out like pow, bang. He comes out like Goldberg, and he doesn't. Picture Goldberg didn't stop. Like he just kept spearing
just the entire time. Dude, it is crazy how much stand-up is like boxing too. Mm-hmm. Like certain guys, like David Tell, is just this like master artist where he's just like he's moving you and you don't even know you're moving, and then all of a sudden he's fucking behind you and he lights you up.
That's how Tony Woods is too. That's how Tony Woods is.
He's slippery.
He's slippery. He's slippery.
Like he'll get you without. There's. I mean, Norm was that way too, with just like confusion.
After a while, like certain stuff he would do would be funny. You remember he would do this. He was doing the show and he kept tapping the mic. He kept tapping, like mid set, like ping, tapping on his leg. Yeah. But later in the show, that became funny. Yeah. To the point where he would say, and then tap the mic, and the whole crowd would go, off him tapping the mic. I'm like, what the?
It's crazy.
Like, damn, like.
It's just these. Oh, I thought that was Thomas.
He turned that into like a punchline. Like he turned the tapping the mic into like a punchline. At the end of the joke,
Dude, somebody just tried to sign into my phone from China right there.
They tried to get you.
Nanjing. Somebody's fucking getting in there though.
They're crazy. They're stupid scammers too. They're like, hey, just send me your phone number and when you get this code, do this code, send it back, and it comes to you. Be like, yeah, here's log into your Google account information. Like, hell no, what?
Dude, I just had somebody on Craigslist. I'm trying to sell some shit, and they're like, hey, send me the code that you get. I'm like,
yeah, that's the same thing I got.
I'm not trying to do that.
I'm moving. I'm selling stuff on Marketplace. Somebody tried to hit me from a table. I was like,
exactly.
I was like, nah, you ain't finna try to. Nah,
There's fucking guys. I was down in Tacoma with the Rough Sets podcast guys like Zach and Logan and all them. And I had posted some shit on Facebook of just like stuff I'm selling, and they lit me up. They're like, "Oh, you going through some problems, man? I see you're selling all your shit." And I didn't know it was public. Yeah, I thought it was just like people that were in the. God damn it! I gotta stop being friends with those guys.
I'm emptying out my storage. Yeah, like I got a lot of stuff that gotta go. Like
dude, I got move. Sports memorabilia. I'm trying to move, and it's just like. I was putting it on there. I felt good about it. I'm like, I got this shit posted. And then they're like, you doing all right? You selling all your shit online?
Yeah. I feel bad about some of the stuff. Like I got to keep trophies and stuff. Like if I can't throw away trophies. I coached for 13 years. Yeah. Like put me up for actually 15 years. And I can't throw those trophies away.
You can't throw them away, but at the same time, they're like
they're in the way.
Space.
So much space. Like I need a box. I don't want to keep this storage.
You got to move to Houston, right?
Yeah. Eventually, I got to like I don't want to leave them in the storage in Washington. Like I don't know.
What do? You find a place. Family members. Yeah. Just like put it at your sister's house.
I have no family here.
Really?
No family here. My father passed and my uncle just passed. So I have one family. Ooh, my bad.
You're good.
I have one family.
Tony Woods in it.
Hit tap the mic. I have one family member here, and it's my uncle. And so that's just it. Oh, and my cousin just got out. He's here. So it's about.
He's got that uncle's got a basement.
Nah. I said I got a cousin. No, he got a girlfriend. My uncle got a girlfriend. It's funny. Like when you
got storage, man.
You got storage?
Yeah.
Man, I don't want I ain't even
Just leave a bunch of fucking high school trophies.
Like it's Little League and high school trophies from when I'm coaching and stuff like that. Like y'all don't need none of that.
There's some stuff like that where you're like, I throw this away, I'm a bad person. But if I keep it, I just don't. What do I do with this?
It's like I got like pictures and frames with me coaching kids and it's like stacked like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Just go digital. Like, but take a picture of the picture.
Yeah, I got to scan them. Like, but it's like I got so many of them. Like, it looked good in the frame already. I'm like, it's already packed and ready to go. Like,
my parents sold their place in Minnesota, and they had so much shit like that of mine. And like, what do you want us to do? I'm like, I don't care. Like it's when I was fat playing basketball in the 4th grade. Like I have 2 friends I still know in that picture, and they wouldn't like this picture either. You know, just to get rid of them.
I didn't get my diploma.
Really?
And I never got my diploma. I got it, but I never got the hard copy. I got the book that you walk across the stage. They give to you when you graduate and all that.
Yeah.
Like I have my gown, all that stuff. Like
that's not the diploma though.
No. Ours, because I had a fine that I had when I left. They held my diploma. I never got it.
Because of like a library fine?
Yes. No, like a lab fine.
Oh, really?
A lab fine. I had a few lab fines. Like I wasn't doing that. I didn't care about nothing. I didn't like school. I just liked choir class and football. That's about it. I didn't like.
That's a weird combo, right? there. You don't get that often.
If you go to my old high school, Stadium High School, they have a John Dillon Hook Award. In 2003, you see my name, Ash'ley Rushin.
Really?
Yeah, Sports and Music Award.
You don't know Cole Douglas, do you?
No.
He was a Stadium guy. He played football there and then went on to play Willamette, I think.
I think I know you. He was after me. He was.
Yeah.
Was he like an old lineman, right?
He might have been D lineman.
Yeah, Willamette. Yeah, they recruited me. Like they're like Stadium was a great school.
That's where they filmed 10 Things I Can't.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
It's funny about that. That was a cool place to go. If it wasn't for Stadium, I probably wouldn't be doing comedy.
Really?
For real. Like I was at Lakes High School in Lakewood, and I wasn't a good student. Like, not that I wasn't a bad kid. I just was not focused. I had a lot of things taking my focus away. Like, I thought I could skate through school and stuff and still play ball, even though I was good.
Yeah.
Like I thought like the movie stuff was real. Wasn't going to class. I would test well, got an award for my score on the Wassel. But then the teachers were like, why aren't you in class? Like, I had a backpack. My mom literally went to the class one day and found out I was failing, and then went to the coach and told him I couldn't play football anymore. And then when I went to tutoring, and I went back to the football practice. And they said, why are you here? I'm like, what? Your mom took you off the team. I'm like, what? So I wasn't focused, dude. Stadium, it wasn't for Stadium and going to that school and finding something, because the only way they would let me in if I did something that wasn't like I've never done, take a class I've never done.
Yeah, some music guy.
So I took choir. My mom was a choir director. I sang on her choir, so I was like, I'm gonna do choir.
Yeah, it's easy.
Then that choir director, the next year, my senior year, she was brand new. This is her first year. She made me do something that wasn't singing, and it was comedy. And she's the one that had me doing mute, like old camp come out my box, and like if it wasn't for me going to Stadium, I probably wouldn't have done comedy, like for real. Like that was a school that is for
I feel
arts.
like we're just doing a fucking commercial right now for Stadium High School.
That's a great fucking.
Go to Stadium High School if you live in Tacoma.
Oh no, if my teachers were still there.
Yeah, you know not anymore.
I don't know about the school now. I can't vouch for the school now, but I remember it was a great experience for me with the people I had. Teachers I had.
I just sold drugs in high school, dude. It was like
that was me freshman year. Freshman, sophomore year, I was playing football, and I was just like, hey, it was weird. I wasn't going to class. All my friends were seniors when I was a freshman. So senior skip day, freshman skip day.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't going to class. I wasn't literally not in school.
Yeah, that's the downside of being good at sports early is you're fucking hanging out with kids way too older than you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I wasn't even hanging out with kids that were even on the football team, except for like one And it wasn't even like they were doing bad stuff. They had already graduated. They were good students.
Yeah. They were just living their life as 18-year-olds.
They only had 2 classes. I'm over here having a full 14, schedule. Yeah. They only got to go to 1 class.
Dude, that's never a good thing.
Yeah. So when they were missing, they're like, yeah, man. They're like, you're not doing good. And they looked at me when my grades were bad. It wasn't like they were gonna be like, cool, you got bad grades. They were like, you got bad grades?
Yeah.
I got 3.7.
I bet you went to some fucking sick parties though.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because I looked older.
Yeah.
I had like chin hair. And
you're the 14-year-old sleeping with the 18-year-old girl.
Bro, it was a fun time. It was like that being a freshman that looked older.
Oh yeah.
Like, it was just, I went to, it was, good time. Shout out to those house parties. It was a great time. Especially, it's something about Tacoma. We were in Tacoma area. We're never scared to go up north. So we've been to all the parties up north, all the parties up down south. Like, we don't care about.
Give a shit.
We're not scared of anybody. Something about Tacoma people. We're just never scared.
Yeah, I like Tacoma a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, so but like, let's go back to the story, man. Like with the Nate's room was like the place to hit. There, Jazz Bones was where I really started learning how to do comedy. Rob Porter had a real good thing going for years there.
Yeah, I did Jazz Bones on Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
Bo Blass is running it. Shout out to Bo.
Yeah,
shout out. Put me on that show, and he's trying. Like he told me that night. He's like, I'm trying to get the essence of what that show was for 9 years.
I told him he bring the magic back, bro, because it was like Nate's was like going to testing ground because if
you can do Nate's, you can
possibly it was
do Jazz Bones.
It's totally different now than it was at that time. You gotta understand, Nate had 400 people coming to shows, and a lot of them were just talking during local people.
Yeah,
they didn't give a damn.
Yeah,
they were waiting to see the headliner. So when the headliner came up, they would listen to Nate. They would listen to nobody else, and then the headliner come up, and they go crazy. But if you can get them to listen to you, like Kev on stage is able to do that. I learned how to do that.
Yeah,
like other comics learn how to get that crowd.
I think I figured that out at Jazz Bones, like eventually on Tuesday. Like it was initially, I was just like, "What am I about to do here?"
Picture that's how the crowd was before, back in the day. Like now, Bo's bringing it back to where it was.
Yeah,
comics used to be lined where the people are sitting on the side. Comics be sitting there with their pens and pads, like, and it's a mixed room. It's not just a black room. It's black, white, everything.
But the layout is it's a party.
Oh yeah.
So it's a different like feel to anything else you're doing.
The bar is literally like in the showroom.
Yeah. And it's long too. Yeah. It's a big space for that. And it was fun as hell. It was really good.
Oh yeah. I'm headlining May 9th.
Nice.
Yeah, next month, May 9th.
I think this will be out by then. So if anybody's in Tacoma, go check out that show.
Oh yeah, May 9th.
Bo's doing it's Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock.
Ha Tuesday.
Fuck
you know
yeah.
I mean? Like Bo, stay on 10. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy right there. But that's another room now. Now it's back. Mm-hmm. That's where a lot of people started at. That room was. But Ralph had it going for some years. He had it going. It was a real good show he had going.
Yeah.
And then we had Nate's, and now we're getting back. We got Nate's. We got Tacoma Comedy Club. We got Labs. We got Club Comedy.
Crocodile.
We got
comedy bars coming soon.
We got a lot of different things.
Yeah,
comedy's starting to come up out here.
Just give it like a couple more years, and we're going to be churning out.
And then that's not counting like all the random shows by different producers, like
and across the state too. So it's you got to go see that flag every once in a while down.
Yeah, I got to see that flag. I go down to Portland to see that flag.
Can we? Do you want to do your burn story and then we get out of here?
Oh, the burn story.
Okay, let me run our transition music for you.
It's story time. It's story time with Adam. Yeah, it's story time. It's story time with Adam and friends.
Yeah, if you want to match that though, if you want to see your songbird.
It's story time. I can do it, boys, man. It's. Yeah, so what's this? You want me to tell the story of the burn?
Yeah,
yes, man. That's funny. That's 2 years after I started doing comedy. Like after working Nate's and stuff, like Nate and Ralph took me under their wing and other comics started helping because that's what helps. When everybody helps each other, it makes the whole area better.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be where everybody, they come here to know Seattle and Tacoma, and it's like, those where the guys are, you know? But, so I'm doing shows, I was just about booked my headshots. I was gonna get my first headshots. And I'm at home, just chilling, hungry as hell, watching a football game. It was Illinois, and it was Illinois and Northwestern, I believe. But I don't even like those teams, but it was just the simple fact they were playing at Wrigley Field.
Oh, really?
They don't play football in that stadium.
No.
So I'm watching it. It was beautiful. And I'm like, I'm hungry. Let me go, I like chimichangas. And I had chimichangas, but I love to toast them. I warm with some grease and I toast them. And so I turned on the grease just a little bit, and I'm watching the football game, not really paying attention to the grease. All of a sudden I hear, beep, beep, of course, you know. So I run in the kitchen and I went to go take the hot eye. I see a little fire on the hot eye. I'm like, oh, it's just a little fire, you know. Take it off the hot eye, move it over. As soon as I moved it, bruh, it went. I was like, oh, and I turned. Behind me, there's like water, and it come back. It hit me like it's like it hit my arm, right?
The grease?
The grease came up like the flame from the grease came up my arm because it was on fire. And hit my beard, and like I was on fire, bro. Like my beard was on fire on the right side, everything. And I hit, you stop, drop, and roll. It did all that, stop, drop, and roll.
Did it work?
It didn't work because it
was grease.
Because it went out before I fell. But what's scary part about it was when I was on fire. I see my whole shirt and everything's on fire. Like it was like a movie. I dropped the pan of grease onto the ground. So it was grease all on the ground. I slip on that grease, and I'm thinking I'm on fire. This is about to be bad. I hit but as I'm coming down, I go out. And I'm like, whew. And I just run out. I was living in the building at that time. I ran out the building, and I literally watched the pan hit the ground and roll. And I'm like, it's just gonna burn the kitchen, right? We got carpet right there. It's burnt the kitchen. It rolled into the living room and fell.
And it went out?
But it burnt a circle into the carpet. Like you're just like, ha, petty.
Were you like drinking at the time or anything?
No. I was just into the game, watching football, and like wasn't paying attention. Like
just wanted that chonga.
Yeah, I'm about to toast it. I'm thinking it's not going to heat that bad.
Yeah,
but it overheated and like lit on fire. Like
it was just a pan, like
just a pan. Yeah, just a pan of grease lit on fire, and it was. And I'm sitting there. I run out to my building because I'm like smoking. I'm burning. I feel it. Like I see it in the mirror. Like where my beard was burnt up.
Fuck.
Like it was like burnt.
Was there a smell too? Like
it smelled like just grease burnt grease and shirt.
It wasn't like
No, I don't know, but I ran out and just yelled ambulance. I couldn't say I forgot the B. I was like ambulance. Like I know exactly how I yelled because I yelled ambulance. Ambulance. And then my neighbors ran out. They was like, oh shit. Like, cause I was steaming, like burnt up.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, like, can y'all call the ambulance for me? They called them. And one of my neighbors like, hey, maybe this will help. And hit me with some like flour. So I'm up there looking like a powdered donut. It's like flour on my face. And I'm asking people.
Did it help?
I guess it did. When I asked it, he's like, it didn't, like, he's like, it didn't hurt. That's what the doctor, nurse, like the medic says, that it didn't hurt.
Yeah, it didn't make it worse.
It didn't make it worse. It probably slowed down the burning. Like, I'm like, okay, it might have did something because my face, I never got the bubble.
Really?
Like, I was 3rd degree, bro. Like, the pictures I showed you, I was burnt to the white meat. 3rd degree, like, upper body, arm. You see what I'm saying? Like, everywhere. On my shoulder. Like, and my ear was pretty much almost gone. Like, burnt. Like, they thought they were going to have to graft it. Nothing. My ears is good. I just got a couple scars from, you can see where it went around, burnt the side of my head.
Yeah, it hurt like a motherfucker.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. And like everything I say about it, I don't know if you just heard on the stage when I tell you about when I went into the hospital and they made me strip and he brought in a room full of female nurses, female doctors training. That's a true story. Like I'm bare ass, butt ass naked, and I'm thinking it's about to be like a physical. My male doctor gonna come in, and then all of a sudden here comes 10 female doctors in training with clipboards, and I'm butt ass naked on it.
It's cold in that room.
It's cold. I'm startled. Like, I'm in shock. Like it's
crazy how like if you painted that a different way, you're like 10 women walked into this room. It was me by myself.
Naked.
Naked. But I'm cold. I just got burned. I don't feel good about me.
I got flour on me. I'm looking like a powdered donut. And I'm sitting there crying. Like, that's not how I want to look. And I'm not myself. Of course I'm not.
You're not at your finest.
Yeah, I'm not. My wood is sleep. Yeah. Right? He is not trying to be seen. He's trying to get away from the fire.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Turtle head.
That was like, but the worst part about the whole fire thing, man, like when it hit me, it was burnt. You know, you get adrenaline. Mm-hmm. It was like the night it happened, cool. You know what I mean? I was jacked up, looking like a mummy when I was in there. The next day, they told me, Tony Wood, they told me I had to shave the burn, the burn area. So every day I had to shave a burn, like a 3rd degree burn area. So like it wouldn't get affected.
The entire area?
The entire burned area.
From here down to your...
Where my all over here, my whole right side of my face, I had to shave my whole face, but this side was burnt.
Yeah.
I had to shave this whole area right here. All this.
It was just taking a knife to open wound, basically.
Pretty much, I had to shave it every day. You know how like mental that was, bro. I had to do that for like a year on that burn wound. For like
Why is that?
Every day, because they didn't want to get infected. Because hair brings in bacteria easier than anything. It catches stuff that can affect your. They don't want the wound to get infected.
God damn.
That's why I don't have like it took. You don't know like that whole mental of that 10 years. Like it was. They said 10 years to heal, bro. So like I had to literally sit there for the first 2 years and sleep in a chair. And this is the same time dealing with MS. So I'm sitting there writing jokes, trying to deal, but every night I had to literally sleep sitting up in a chair. Because if I laid down like this, my neck would grow like that. The skin would grow. So I laid like this.
Yeah.
So my skin would stretch out. Like
you must be fucking great on a plane though, bro. Right? You can sleep anywhere.
Bro, I can sleep anywhere. Yeah. Bro. Like I fall asleep in plane. I'd be like this.
It's like, easy.
I'm not, bro. Like, cause like dealing with the MS and dealing with that, like that's why I say mentally, like I don't know. It's like none of that is like nothing scares me with that. Like. You know, I'm mentally like, and plus I was blind in one eye with the MS. Like, know a lot of people, and I'm still hitting the stage. A lot of people didn't know that the whole time.
Damn.
I had a mask and gloves at first when I came back. Like, for like, let me say about like, I've been on comedy for 13, 14 years. This whole time, I probably was blind for 4 years of it.
Damn.
And people didn't know it.
And you were wearing a mask and gloves?
When I got burned in the fire.
Fuck.
Yeah, like the whole see, comedy is one of them. I'm telling you, one of them games, one of the things that if it wasn't for comedy, I don't know what. But like, that is free therapy for real. Like I can tell. Sure. And writing these jokes now is like perfect for a lot of people with what we dealt with COVID. COVID wasn't shit compared to being burnt, having to sleep in a chair like this for a year, and then shave your face.
There was this when I was working at Boeing. There was this like training we had to do for like. Just like factory safety shit. Mm-hmm. There was a story, this guy who like just didn't take any precautions at the chemical plant he worked at and had his entire body burn. And he told the story, but like he had plastic surgery all his face and so lost his nose and shit like that. And every night for like, I think he said 2 years, he had to go into the burn tank where they like immerse you and then they scrape it off you, and it's like basically an alcohol fluid that they're putting to like disinfect you while they're scraping it off, and it's just people are just screaming in there.
They told me I probably wouldn't be able to grow a beard again. Like the doctor was like, you'll probably never grow facial hair out of there anymore. You might bubble.
It's back.
Yeah, no, yeah. It was funny because he said that, and I believed him because the medicine I was taking, I would put on my face, and every day I would come in to shave, and it was like real smooth. I'm like, no, they're like, I don't see any hair coming. I don't see any hair coming. I'm like, I'm scared. I'm about to have a big bubble. You know, I was scared to have a big bubble on my face. And then one day I'm sitting there, I did like this. I poked my cheek. I don't know why, but it went through, and I'm like, what the? And I look. The medicine had like caked up into like a skin type thing. Let me say they scrape it off. That medicine had made like a gelatin type skin that had covered up my face. So I pulled it back. Oh, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt at all. Like it was just like having like lotion that was like caked up.
Yeah.
The nurse never saw it, and they would see every day. They never noticed. And I pulled it back, hair everywhere. My hair, it was my skin under it. My hair was growing back. So I was like, I said, hey, nurse. I'm like, Dad, the hair, see, I am going to grow. Like, yeah, see. Then I grew a 10-inch beard to say, fuck you, doctor. like after I got, like for real, had an Abraham Lincoln for like 4 years.
That's kind of tight, though.
It was. I might grow that back. Yeah. That was kind of dope. Abraham Lincoln was kind of good.
That's the hidden hair.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. Damn. Like, I'm telling you, like, and at that same time, I just started talking about the burn stuff, though. Yeah. Like, I wrote a lot of jokes, but I just started talking.
You need time.
Oh, yeah. Space it was a lot with that, man. It was but it was funny. It was funny because I wanted chimichanga. Like, I wanted toast and delicious. And then like it's like the reaction and something like everybody, to me, the funniest reaction I had was when Nate hit me. He said, nigga, he said, when I first came back to stage, as they come back to stage, when I came back to Master Club, he just got in a fight with a dragon. I'm like, I was like, you stupid, boy. I was like, you stupid, boy.
He's so funny. He did that, like, I don't know when this was, but I think it was during the competition.
Yeah.
And I was sweating it, obviously. Yeah. Like, I fucking wanted to make a good impression. He just grabbed my phone while I was recording, and he just said a bunch of wild shit into it. So the next day, I like, turn on my phone, I'm like, I want to listen to this, play it, and then it's just Nate talking shit to me. It's so funny, dude. That's one of my favorite things when somebody does that.
Oh yeah, man. It's just like I shout out everybody, man. It's a lot of good. This when I go different places, you kind of could see this. It's different here, man. We're kind of like hip hop back in the day, where you had to have a different style. Yeah. Not like hip hop right now. Hip hop right now, everybody has rapping the same beat, the same cadence, that. Nah. I like hip hop back in the day when you had to have your own style. You had to stand out from other people. You know what I'm saying? That's how we are here in Washington with our comedy. There's not many people that are exactly the same. The ones that are doing good.
Oh yeah.
The ones who are having a hard time are trying to be like other people. But the ones that are doing good are being themselves. You know what I mean? They have their own way of speaking.
But I think it's what you talked about, where it's like you learn through other people, and there's actually people like trying to help the next crop of people, and that causes growth.
Yeah, I was blessed to have OGs to help me when I first started.
Dude, it's everything. I mean, Andrew Frank. I don't know if you know him well. Yeah, I know like that dude's done so much for me, and so many. I mean, somebody just told me the other day, like he took an afternoon to like hang out with this person, give him advice, and like he doesn't have to do that, man. It's like, it's crazy,
and it's like that's what's hurting in certain areas. Like I can't wait to get back to see certain areas, see how they work in Houston. Like I found some good groups out there, but it ain't like here is different. You know?
But you bring it. Like you'll find the right people, and if not, you make it yourself, like grassroots shit.
Oh yeah, it's always grassroots. But I'm trying to just here, because the way I'm writing right now, dude, I think I'm writing somewhere where I need to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's great when you find that spot. It's so nice.
Yeah, because I've been doing it for a while, and I can't front. I didn't do it serious until like the last 5 years. Did a lot of years. When I first started, I came out hot. Then I got burnt in the fire. I was really on fire. Yeah. I literally tried to.
You came out hotter than anybody else.
I got flaming. Like literally came out trying. Bro, the first 6 months in, me and Nate went to this stand-up boot camp.
Yeah, Louis Anderson's thing.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to go. And Kyle Cease had called me. He was like, you need to come. I wasn't going to go. But then freaking Louis called me. And if Louis Anderson calls you and tells you should come to this boot camp,
yeah, you fucking go.
You fucking go.
Yeah, I was like, 100%.
He was like, hey, Ash'ley. I was like, who's this? He's like, hey, it's Louis Anderson. I was like, oh, what's up, Louis? He's like, what you doing? I'm eating eggs. I'm cooking eggs. He's like, I want some eggs. Like, cool dude. Went there. He was cool, man. Shout out to my boy Sean Boyd. When we went out there, everybody was just trying to hang out at the after party. Me and Sean was sitting there picking his brain for like the last hour when he was standing by himself before he went to bed. Like, he was cool. Rest in peace, Louis. But him and Kyle Cease, they were in a lot of good comics there. It was a cool experience. But yeah, you go when you hear, hey, Ash'ley, hey, Ash'ley.
That's a good impression.
I didn't even know I could do it. Yeah. But that's how he said, Ash'ley, you eating eggs?
Well, dude, where can people find your stuff on social?
You can check me, Rush Got Jokes, everything. Twitter, Instagram, like Snapchat. I'm trying to, this social media is different, man. I'm trying to learn how to navigate this, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to come with a lot of different things. I'm truly a football fan, like a big sports fan. And I don't think no comic is in that lane, really.
I mean, Norm was for a period of time.
Yes, but like not NFL, like college. I
trying to think who.
Nobody.
Yeah. Off the top of my, I mean, Segura played college football, and Schaub played football too.
Yeah, so I'm always on Twitter in these chats talking college football with a lot of it's there. Hey, it's some good things. Fanboys got my friends that be in there. They have like a lot of shows, so. I go in there, talk sports, and argue. If you want to argue with me, go in there, talk sports. Go to Twitter, check me out, Rush Got Jokes.
Hell yeah.
And you can check me out on everything, Instagram, YouTube, everything, Rush Got Jokes. So
cool. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, bro, Adam.
Anybody listening, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to rate and review us wherever you're listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe, notifications bell, and then if you have a question for Ash'ley or myself, throw it in. We'll do our best to get it answered. And then we are on Patreon, like I said, patreon.com/FNFpod. If you guys can support, really appreciate it a lot. And then, as always, follow us on Instagram @FNFpod. We're going to leave you with Jaga.
I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. I just make the waves, I don't write them. I can hear the lyrics in my spirit as I write them. Why you wanna walk and talk just like them? I can't get caught up in all the hype and the excitement. Welcome to my wave pool, my wave pool. 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 Welcome to my wave pool.